शुक्लां वरदरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी। विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। So Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to the Yoga Wellness Instructor course. Today's our topic is yogic concept of mental hygiene, Maitri, Karuna, Mudita and Upeksha. It is given as a one topic, but interestingly, this is just only one sutra. One sutra from the first chapter. The sutra number 33. Sutra number 33 says, Maitri Karuna Mudita Upekshanam Sukha Dukkha Punya Apunya Vishayanam Bhavanataha Chitta Prasadanam. This is the topic for today's class. Before entering into this topic, let us look into the background for this sutra. Even though we have studied the background in different classes, but one more time just we will look at, then we will move forward, then it makes more sense. Patanjali Maharshi introduced the definition of yoga, saying that yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Then explained what is vritti and how many types of vrittis are there, what is the nature of their vrittis. Then after that, Patanjali Maharshi explained how to do the nirodha of these chitta vrittis. There he introduced a sutra called Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tan Nirodha. By Abhyasa and Vairagya, we can do the nirodha of the chitta vrittis. Then after that, Patanjali Maharshi explained some more sutras, giving the different shades, different layers in the samadhi itself. Then student who is listening to the Patanjali Maharshi seems to be scared looking at all these sutras. Oh my God, Patanjali Maharshi, it is very difficult, so many things you are introducing. Do you have any other option? Then Patanjali Maharshi introduced the one more concept, Ishvara Pranidhanadva. So there, that time we were discussing this Ishvara Pranidhanadva. Va means or, and we have to take the meaning or as well as and, a and the and. So that way it helps us putting the efforts for the Abhyasa Vairagya, and at the same time Ishvara Pranidhanadva helps us to progress in the sadhana in a best way. That is wonderful. Then after Ishvara Pranidhanadva, Patanjali Maharshi introduced the concept of Ishvara. Who is this Ishvara? Ishvara Pranidhanadva is said, surrender to the Ishvara. But who is this Ishvara? There, in the sutra number 24, 25, 26, Patanjali Maharshi introduced the concept of Ishvara. Who is Ishvara, or what is Ishvara? What is the nature of Ishvara? Then afterwards, it seems that there is a student who asked the Patanjali Maharshi, can you please tell us, how can I contact the Ishvara? How can I communicate with the Ishvara? Then Patanjali Maharshi introduces the indicator of the Ishvara. The indication is Pranava. Tasya Vachakaha Pranavaha. Then Patanjali Maharshi further continues, how can we gain the blessings? How can we get the blessings of Ishvara using this pranava? Then he says, tad japas tad artha bhavana. Do the japa along with its artha and bhavana. Then Patanjali Maharshi says the benefits of practicing the japa with artha bhavana. There in the sutra number 29, Patanjali Maharshi gives the two benefits. What are those benefits? Number one, pratyak chetanadi gamaha is a one benefit. The second one is antaraya abhavaha. These are the two benefits. First one is knowledge of the Atman. So one who practices the japa along with artha bhavana, they will gain the awareness, they will gain the knowledge about the Atman. That is the first benefit. The second benefit is the prayojana, destruction of the obstacles to that knowledge. First one, you will gain the knowledge of the Atman, but in the gaining the knowledge of the Atman, there are some possibilities of obstacles. In every goal, whatever we are having the goal in our life, to reach that goal, there are some possible obstacles will be there. There are some possibilities. There are some obstacles may come in the path. When we want to do something, it is not that just to cakewalk. Especially in the spiritual life, more obstacles will be there. Because when you are trying to do a commercially something, everything goes on smooth because the giving and taking, it's like a business. Problems will be less. There may be problems, but those problems can be handled very easily because the business terms. But whereas in the spiritual life, when you want to grow in a spiritual life, more obstacles comes. Because we don't know from which source these obstacles comes. But all these obstacles are good for us to strengthen ourselves. These are extra. Now, student is asking a question to Patanjali Maharshi. Patanjali Maharshi, you are seeing that there are some obstacles in the path of knowledge. And this japa helps us to destruct the obstacles. Can you please tell what are those obstacles? Then sutra number 30, 9 obstacles are enumerated by Patanjali Maharshi. This we have discussed. These are the 9 obstacles. Now comes, after listening these 9 obstacles, student really got scared. Oh my God, there are 9 obstacles. And he forgot what Patanjali told. That's what happens. Na? We know many things, but when the right time comes, we forget everything. If someone comes and asks, hey, you know, I am having this problem, that problem, can you give me some solution, can suggestion? Hey, we will give the lectures 1 hour, 2 hours. That problem is nothing. You can do this, you can do that. It will be this, it will be that. It is a common. But when the problem comes to us, when we are into that particular situation, we don't know what to do. I'm talking about the general people. You all are yogis. You may not have these problems. But in general, what happens? Oh my God, suddenly I'm in a problem. What to do? Now, my heartbeat rate is going up. What to do? What to do? Patanjali Maharshi, can you please tell me there are 9 obstacles are there? So how can I overcome? How can I overcome? Patanjali understood. The moment when I explained these obstacles, he forgot the solution already. Then Patanjali Maharshi taken this situation as an opportunity to introduce 8 different methods. Can be called sadhana ashtaka sutras. Different methods, 8 different methods in the 8 sutras Patanjali Maharshi introduces here. How to gain the chitta prasadana. The main topic is now, because of this obstacle, the chittam is not in a prasadana, not in a triangle, it is a disturbed. Now, how to bring our mind calm? How to bring our mind in a triangle? So, 8 methods are introduced. From sutra number 32 to, I think, sutra number 39. Among these 8 sutras, so one of the sutra is Maitri Karuna Mudita Upekshanam Sukha Dukkha Punya Apunya Vishayanam Bhavanataha Chitta Prasadanam. How to gain the Chitta Prasadanam? If this is the topic, we can take all the 8 sutras, but the only thing, this Chitta Prasadanam word is used only in the sutra number 33. So this 33 sutra, Chitta Prasadanam word will go to the rest of the sutras also, but we specifically, according to our syllabus, so this only sutra is given to us. So now we are going to look into this sutra a little more elaborately. It is nothing but cultivating a specific attitude towards a specific situation. I repeat, cultivating a certain attitude towards a certain situation or certain object or certain circumstance. What are those circumstances? And what is that attitude we need to cultivate is provided in this sutra with the 4 different circumstances, with the 4 different attitudes. So in case if you are writing the notes, please make a note in the column by column. In the first column, you write Maitri. Just to write the Maitri, leave the space in that line. Don't write anything else. In the second line, you write Karuna. And the third line, you write Mudita. In the fourth line, you write Upeksha. So Maitri, then next Karuna, then next Mudita, then next Upeksha. Now go back to the first line where you have written the Maitri. After the Maitri, put a arrow mark and write Sukha. Maitri, put a arrow mark, write the Sukha. Then go to the next line where you have written Karuna. After the Karuna, put a arrow mark, write the Dukkha. Then third line, Mudita, with a arrow mark, Punya. Now the fourth line, Upeksha, with the arrow mark, Apunya. This is a table or anything, whatever you feel that you can consider. You may consider a table or columns or whatever it may be. Now look into the sutra, so it makes more sense when I'm explaining those things. Maitri Karuna Mudita Upekshanam is a one word. Maitri Karuna Mudita Upekshanam is a one word. And Sukha Dukkha Punya Apunya Vishayanam is another word. Bhavanataha Chitta Prasadanam. So let me come to the sutra from the reverse order. Chitta Prasadanam. So Chitta Prasadanam means tranquility. How to gain the Chitta Prasadanam? So for that answer is given Bhavanataha. Bhavanataha means from the cultivation of the specific attitudes. Bhavanataha, which is a Panchami Vibhakti from the grammar point of view. That means from that cultivating attitude. So Bhavanataha. So by cultivating certain attitudes, one can gain the Chitta Prasadana. This is the answer. But this answer is not complete. Why it is not complete? Because I am using the word certain attitudes. So we need to underline the certain attitude. What are those certain attitudes? So this is the next question comes. So when the next question said, what are those certain attitudes? Now look at the sutra. Cultivate an attitude of Maitri towards the Sukha. Cultivate an attitude of Karuna towards the Punya. Mudita towards Karuna towards the Dukkha. Sorry, I repeat. Cultivate the attitudes Maitri towards the Sukha, Karuna towards the Dukkha, Mudita towards the punya, upeksha towards the apunya. Now let us see one by one. This in general, if someone is happy, what we will do? We means don't take as a yogis, common man. What kind of thoughts comes? Basically for a normal being, jealousy. Oh, why this fellow is all the time happy? See, you know, all the time this person is so happy, always smiling, everything is this. You know, for me, so many problems are there. Why me? Why me? Why me? This person is so happy, so happy. So we are jealous towards the people, those who are happy. So if you are jealous towards the people, those who are happy, you are never going to be happy. Remember, whatever you give, that you will get. Whatever you send, that you will receive. If you are always thinking the jealousy about others, the consequences of the jealousy thoughts comes to us. So if someone is a sukha, if someone is a happy, what kind of attitude we need to develop towards those people? So Patanjali Maharshi suggests here, Maitri, Mitrasya Bhavaha Maitri, cultivate an attitude of friendliness. So if you want to be happy, make a friendship with the people, those who are happy. Otherwise, what happens if you make a friendship with the people, those who are all the time in sorrow, all the time in a misery, you will also become a misery person. A simple example, if you make a friendship with someone, within a 6 months, you will get the qualities of your friend. In olden days, people used to tell me your friends' names, I will tell your character, your nature. So with whom you are making the friendship, if you tell your friend's name, we can guess what you are, who you are, what is your background, what is your nature, what is your character. But these days, even you need not to ask who are your friends. Just to see that person's Facebook account, who are the friends of that particular person, then we will know what kind of this person is. So tell your friends, we will tell who you are. Hence, make your friendships with the people, those who are in a happy, those who are in a sukha, so that you can learn how to be happy. But only thing is, don't make the other person sad, because making a friendship with you, that person should not be in a sad. So your intention should be very clear. So I am making a friendship with these people, those who are happy, so that I will be happy. Don't make a friendship. Oh, this fellow is so happy. Now I will make a friendship with this fellow. Then I will make this person so sad. That should not be the attitude. Cultivate an attitude of friendliness, so that you can be happy. Because the other person is happy means that person knows how to live a happy life, so that you can learn something, so you can be happy. So what we need to learn from this particular attitude? Always be friendly. Always be friendly with the people, which is a very, very important. The friend is more than all other relations. There are so many people and so many things people can share with the friends. They may not even share with the parents and spouse and family members. So we need to have certain friends. If within your family members, if you are having someone as your friend, great boon. If your spouse itself is your friend, it is a one great. That means having the good relations. So always be friendly, so that you will be happy. Okay. So Patanjali Maharshi, you are telling me to make a friendship with only the happy people. So if there are some misery people are there, sad people are there, so we should hate them, because the Maitri is the friendship towards the Sukha. So Dukkha is the opposite to the Sukha. That means opposite to the Maitri is Dvesha. So we need to develop the Dvesha towards the Dukkha people. Patanjali knows this kind of thoughts comes in your mind. It's why immediately he said, develop an attitude of karuna towards the people, those who are in dukkha. Don't hate, don't develop the dvesha towards the people, those who are suffering, but develop or cultivate an attitude of karuna, a compassion towards the people, those who are unhappy. Show your karuna, show your compassion. That helps us, and that also helps the other person to come out from the unhappiness. Never say if someone is in a sad or unhappy, very good, nice thing happened to you. I told many times, you never listened to me. Now you are experiencing. Very good, it should happen to you. Never say. Especially at that particular situation, you need to express your compassion. Look at the one example, tennis. When you look at this tennis game, at the end of the game, of course, one person will be the loser, one person will be the winner. What the winner do? After the game, what winner do? Winner generally throw the racket on the floor, remove the t-shirt and throw in the air and throw on the people and make the scenes with all the people. But as per the protocol, there one important thing we need to follow. The winner need to follow the protocol. What is that protocol? The winner will go to the loser and gives the shake hand. Observe the tennis. Winner will go to the loser and gives the shake hand. That time, observe the expressions of the winner when he is interacting with the loser. Till that particular moment, he is so happy, just cheering and all these things. But when he comes to the loser, expressions are totally changed. The empathy takes place automatically. Because the winner knows how much effort the loser kept. Loser played so tightly, then only so hard he played. That value only known by the winner. So winner goes and gives the shake hand. Because the loser is unhappy. But loser never goes, hey, see, I am the winner over you. Never says, no winner goes to the loser and says like that. In any games, they will go and give the shake hand. They will give the encouragement. That is called karuna. That is called compassion, which is very, very important in our life. Cultivating these attitudes keeps our mind relaxed, tranquility, for our own benefit. Then next, one more incident is given by Patanjali Maharshi. The other incident is punya. Punya means the people, those who are doing the virtuous activities, like a seva activities, some social service activities, some dharmic activities. Generally, what we say, if someone is doing the good activities for the benefit of the society, what kind of thought comes for the general people? Oh, maybe this person want to contest in the elections, it's why he's doing all these things. Maybe you want to get some government award, or maybe you want to get some other things, it's why that person is doing. Otherwise, why that person will do? Who will do the service to the other people? Without getting anything, there may be something. Maybe he's going to contest in the elections. Maybe he's going to join in a political parties. Maybe he's getting some power, some position. It's why that person is doing. This is the thoughts comes in a common person's mind. So what Patanjali says, mudita, glad. Anyway, you are not able to do anything, yet someone is doing something good things for the others. Why don't you feel very glad that someone is able to do? When I am not able to do, at least someone is doing. Let me just go and greet him. You are doing a wonderful job. I'm so glad that you are doing a wonderful job for the society. And let him have whatever maybe the intentions or motto. Maybe he can contest in the elections. Is anything wrong contesting in the elections? But at least he is doing something good for others. Elections, just as given as example, there may be so many things you can think. So all the time we think if someone is doing some activity, some benefits for the society, this is the thoughts comes in the general person's mind. There is something, it's why they are doing. Maybe they want this thing, maybe they want that thing. At least he's spending some time, some energy, some money. Why don't you feel glad? Recently, what happened during this Corona time in India, there is a one film actor, Sonu Sood. Sonu Sood is the correct name?
Yes,
And
sir.
this person is helping to so many people. Already some comments came on him. Some people, what they don't have any other thing. Oh, maybe this person is going to contest from the BJP, or maybe is going to join in the Congress party, maybe is going to join this party, that party. And one fellow went one more step ahead. Oh, maybe he's going to start a political party. It's why he's doing all these service activities, all these things. This fellow is not doing anything to anyone. And if someone is doing, this fellow comes and makes some comments. Mind your own business here. At least that person is doing something for others. If possible, you also help someone. Otherwise, keep quiet, do the prayer. If that also is not possible, shut your mouth and sit in your home. But what we do? No, we don't want to sit in our home. We don't want to shut our mouth. We want to make comments on everyone. On the Twitter, we will put some comments. On the Facebook, we'll put the comments. Simply wasting the energy, developing the negative qualities, which is not healthy qualities. These are the things causes for the psychosomatic disorder in the future. Lifestyle disorders. These are the lifestyle disorders. Jealousy is the number one cause for the lifestyle disorders. Be glad. Or how you should be. Oh, I am very glad that you are doing something. Even I am also interested to do, but I cannot do. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't have the energy. But you are doing good thing. I am so happy. Put one word. Or if that also, if you are not able to contribute anything to that person, you do the prayer. Hey Ishvara, some people are doing the good activities for the benefit of the society. Let these people will have the good health and long life. Just to do the prayer for them. That gives the Chitta Prasadana. Ishvara will bless us. This is the attitude we need to cultivate. Then comes apunya. Apunya means don't take opposite to the punya. Here we need to understand this word properly. Apunya means. Apunya means it is like a opposite to punya only, but not intentionally. If anyone do intentionally apunya, apunya means wrong deeds, law and order need to be implemented, no doubt about it. Whatever we have to do towards that person. But here apunya is helplessness. People doing something, it may not be good, but not intentionally, but out of helplessness situation. I'll give an example. There is a person in our house who is the 90 plus years, above 90 years. You know, the people who are having the above 90 years, how will be their health? Living 90 years itself is so great in this 21st century. They will have some health issues, maybe cough, something and other thing. It's a common thing. And due to this corona, everyone started working from the home. And you are started working from your home because you are working in a company declares that company said you need to work from your home. Now you are working from your home and your grandfather who is 90 plus coughing. He's having his own problem on the time he's coughing. And you are in a meeting. So what do you do? Hey grandpa, what are you doing? All the time coughing. You know, I am working from home. I'm in a meeting and you are constantly coughing. It is disturbing me. And it is disturbing my entire meeting. That's what people say. If any elderly people are there in the home, they are not doing intentionally. Please make a note. Grandfather is not having any intention to disturb your work. He is in a helplessness. He is coughing, but that is disturbing you. Home is meant for living, not for working. And you are working from the home and you are scolding your grandpa. These are just example. You need to develop the thoughts on this example because I cannot give all the example, just one example. So what you need to do that time? Patanjali Maharshi says, Upeksha. Develop or cultivate an attitude called Upeksha towards the people Apunya. Apunya means not the wrong deeds, helplessness. The actions are done in helplessness. Apunya, Upeksha means it is not that ignorance. Most of the time we see the translations ignorance, but here indifference. Be in a different way towards them. What to do? Hey, grandpa, you are coughing a lot. I think you require some warm water. So I'm going, shall I give some warm water to you? So I'm keeping the warm water here. Have a sip, some water. So it may help you for your throat. And grandpa is want to watch the TV because he cannot hear. He makes the big volume. And you are working. Reduce the sound, you are disturbing me. Are your grandpa don't have any other job. He has to watch the TV so that he feels comfortable. And you go and shout. So what to do? Grandpa, I will give one special thing for you, a special gift, surprise from you, from me. I'm going to give some earphones, very nice. So just to keep it in your ears so you can watch. So you can enjoy a lot. Indifference. There are many people, they don't have any intention to do the wrong things, but in helplessness, things may happen. At that particular situation, we need to cultivate an attitude of upeksha towards them. I will give one incident which I watched in a movie when I was a child. Still, that incident is registered in my mind. That I don't remember the movie name, but I remember the incident in a Telugu movie. Okay, there is a one young boy, whoever is walking in the street, taking the stones and hitting that person. The person whoever is walking is hitting, and suddenly you are there. Just imagine yourself. You are walking in that street, and this young boy means maybe 18 to 25 in between, took a stone and threw it at you, and you got hurt and blood is coming. And you are so much angry towards that person, and there you saw one iron rod is there. Anyone, whoever is there in that particular place, if someone is hitting you and you are getting the bleeding, definitely you want to hit back. And you took that iron rod and you are about to hit that person. Then suddenly someone comes from the home, inside the house, and stops you and tells, hey, my dear friend, I'm very sorry. You know, this person is a very active, very nice boy. Just yesterday, his parents met with an accident and both of them died in that accident. And since yesterday, he is behaving like this. Really was a very nice person. What you do? Just think yourself. You are there, you got hurt by this person, and blood is coming. In your hand, there is a rod to hit him back, and you got the news that his parents passed away just in yesterday in an accident. He was in a shock, he is behaving like this. What you do? Are you going to really hit that person back? We don't hit. That is called upeksha. Cultivating an attitude of upeksha towards the people, those who are in a helplessness. It is not they are not doing by intentionally. Even court also will not punish the people, those who are in a helplessness. There may be different kind of punishment, but not the serious punishments. So we need to cultivate this attitude called upeksha towards the people doing something not good, but in a helplessness situation. If someone is doing the wrong things intentionally, deliberately, definitely you need to do what you are supposed to do. But here the sutra is given for a yogis in another way to take this sutra, this last one. Now you are in a path of yoga. That's what he said. The obstacles which may arise in the path of yoga, knowledge of yoga. So if you want to reach the goal, and if any people are doing something apunya, mind your own, focus on your own sadhana and move forward. That means don't interfere in many things. So concentrate on your sadhana. If you want to look at this way also you can see, but understand apunya means helplessness. So when you cultivate these attitudes towards this particular or this certain incidents, by default chitta prasadana takes place for our group. Okay. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkhavag bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Om Om.